सर आप मीटिंग स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, लाइव हो
स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं? ओके मैम,
यस सर,
ठीक है, मैं स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ।
सर लाइव स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट कर दी है, तो आप मीटिंग स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं।
A very good evening to all eminent doctors. Thank you so much for joining us for today's webinar. Our endeavor is to spread awareness about rabies, which is fatal about which but can be avoided once appropriately vaccinated. This is an initiative from Kerala through its innovative into SART society and humankind. The topic of webinar, the dose of reduced strategy in the rabies management, route of novel vaccine. Dear doctors, rabies is the world's first novel three-dose anti-rabies vaccine, and with great pride, we would like to inform you that rabies has successful from we would like to inform you that service has been successful complete 1 year a launch with more than 40,000 animal bite victims being vaccinated 100% compliance was recorded and no case and area was registered. In this my honor to introduce you to the speakers today's webinar, Dr. M. Kundu. This is the specialty the MBBS, GTN and H, the ex-medical officer, National Leprosy and Elimination Project. And now I would like to request Dr. Mr. M. Kundu to initiate the talk and later we have a question and answer sections. All the participants can drop their questions in the drop box and we will read out all questions after the presentation. Thank you so much, Dr. M. Kundu, for the information of the talk. We would appreciate your effort. Last but not least, we would like to inform you Travis has won the two prestigious award in innovations category, ET India Pharma Award and Globe and Tiger Award. So I hand over the sections, Dr. Kundu. Sir.
Thank you. Once again, good evening to you, all of you. And once again, giving you thanks for the noble duty of me from my part. And because vaccination of the rabies is essential for the human. Rabies unavoidable circumstances here in India particularly. As regards the so naturally, and at the same time, the good news that there is a vaccine, suitable vaccine, which can protect the person for 100% in the same in the response. So naturally, it is innovated by Cadila Pharmaceuticals, it is a check and service, and it is the dose injection is there, and the achievement of the antibody within the circulation is very well within just 40 days and about 100%. Naturally, we are discussing about these things. We are not a few all. So naturally, to discuss these things, we have to discuss first. That is the rabies disease. What is rabies and how it occurs? So, in not and cell, I should have to discuss about the disease. The rabies is nothing but a viral disease. It is caused by the RNA virus, and it is called the rabies virus. It is a neurotrophic virus. Neurotrophic virus gets entry into the body by some animal process to bite. Due to the bite of the common domestic animal, that is the dog, and in some kind that is cat. Monkey, some bats are there, which is hampered by the hampered bat. Infection of the brain matter of the brain that is the colon. That's where the name implies the encephalitis. The specific viral encephalitis. It gets
Sir, please unmute your audio.
Hi, ma'am.
virus that is released. So
Hi, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
this regard, will you continue? Naturally,
मैडम हेलो।
यस सर।
लैपटॉप में थोड़ा ये कुछ स्क्रीन में नहीं आ रहा है।
क्या नहीं आ रहा है?
लैपटॉप में ये जो जूम से कोई पूरा स्क्रीन पोस्ट एडमिन जो दिख रहा है ना, उधर से कुछ स्क्रीन नहीं जो आ रहा है।
स्ट्रीम नहीं आ रहा है।
स्क्रीन स्क्रीन
स्ट्रीम।
स्क्रीन 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 जो लैपटॉप में जो स्क्रीन है ना, एक
हाँ
सिर्फ एक सुमन चक्रवर्ती लिख के टेक्निकल टेक सपोर्ट लिखा हुआ है।
हाँ, क्योंकि कोई स्क्रीन शेयर ही नहीं की है इसलिए।
मैंने स्क्रीन तो मैं शेयर कर दिया पूरा। अरे
नहीं, आपने ना स्क्रीन शेयर करना स्टॉप कर दिया था, इसलिए नहीं दिख रहा।
नहीं स्क्रीन वो वाला नहीं, ये जो पूरा जो जूम में ना, ये पूरा 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 जो कवर जूम पे आ नहीं रहा है अभी।
हाँ हाँ, एक सेकेंड।
सिर्फ नाम ही दिखा रहा है। ছবি তুলে রাখি না।
हेलो।
हेलो।
सर स्क्रीन शेयर वहां से करना पड़ेगा आपको।
नहीं स्क्रीन ने ये पूरा जो जूम में ना कोई पूरा जो मेरे जो सर जो है मैं हूँ तो पूरा दिख नहीं रहा है पूरा।
उसमें व्यू चेंज करना पड़ेगा सर। एकदम कॉर्नर में व्यू का एक बटन आएगा अपनी जूम की स्क्रीन पे।
ठीक है हाँ ठीक है।
आप व्यू चेंज करोगे तो आपको स्पीकर व्यू, गैलरी व्यू, इमर्सिव व्यू सारे मिलेंगे। उसमें गैलरी व्यू चालू रखिए।
हाँ
हो गया सर?
ठीक है आ गया।
ओके। और
आ गया सर।
आ गया आ गया। आप बोलोगे तब मैं स्ट्रीमिंग स्टार्ट करूंगा। अभी मैंने स्ट्रीमिंग किया नहीं है। और
अच्छा स्टार्ट कर दीजिए।
ओके सर, यू कैन स्टार्ट प्रेजेंटेशन।
ठीक है। ठीक है। हेलो স্যার আরেকবার একটু রিপিট করে দিন, আমি তো শুনতেই পাইনি। আমার মাইক্রোফোনটা অফ করেন।
কোনটা বলবো?
হ্যাঁ আরেকবার একটু রিপিট করে দিন।
কোনটা বলবো? সবই তো হলো সিরিজ করা।
কোনো মাইক্রোফোনটাই অন হয় না।
তুই এবার বলবি। আর গলা ধরে গেছে। Ashe. Dosage reduction and strategy in rabies management. Role of the novel vaccine, that is rabies. The contents, the rabies disease itself, animal bite incidents in India, and epidemiology, and evolution of the rabies vaccine challenges and the unmet need. Introducing the rabies, novel technology, clinical study phase 2 and clinical study phase 3. Take average. Then rabies is a zoonotic disease. What type of disease it is? It is a zoonotic disease. It comes from the bite of the animal from from man to man. So then in dogs, the biting animals here found in India, that is dogs, that is monkey, and that is some sort of your cat, who are actually infected by the virus at the same time. And in European countries, some bats, that is called a vampire, that bite can cause the rabies in the human being. So naturally, if a person is diseased only, when the rabies virus comes through the lacrimal and through the saliva, then through the biting, these virus will get entry into the system, and ultimately because they are neurotrophic, they will go towards the nerve pathway, that is through the afferent way. They will slowly but steadily they will ascend and up to the central nervous system, that is brain or encephalon. And when it will get entry into the encephalon, there will be infection of the gray matter of the brain, resulting into encephalitis. And naturally, it is due to the viral cause. So it is some sort of specific viral encephalitis that is called rabies. The patients become restless. It becomes, and sometimes the delirium is also there, and they actually cannot deglute anything. That's why the name, which is called hydrophobia, that is taking water. They are afraid from taking water. They are afraid of taking air, or the extreme phase of the disease. And ultimate outcome of the disease is death, and nothing else. So regarding the death or casualty of the we can say casualty by the virus, as because it is 100% is mortality is there, and 59,000 of the total world, 59,000 people per year died due to rabies infection, of which the 20% in India, and again 91% deaths of the India in the rural areas. So natality definitely denoting that the health education in India is much less, and particularly the rural areas, they depend upon some jhar phung like that, all those things. That is not effective, but they are still declined to their, thinking, and causing into death of their nearer relative. This is very dangerous, and it should be treated properly. It should be taught properly to the population of India by the by the village practitioner, to make them educated, health education, to make them educated properly in regard of the health, that as a result of which they can take the vaccine without any hesitation after unknown bite, or by whether it can be traced or not. Yes. Previous, the vaccine was made as per the Louis Pasteur is concerned. The vaccine, vaccine was made by actually from the spinal cord of the sheep, and in that spinal cord sheep, that is the vaccine was called the lip attenuated vaccine. Lip attenuated vaccine, what it means? The vaccine is alive, but the attenuation of the vaccine has been done. That is the dangerous portion, the toxicity of the drug is demolished by administration. That till there is a possibility of introduction of the foreign cell within the vaccine and causing adverse reaction and inadequate action, and when sometimes action may not be present at all. Then it was done from the brain up to 10% of the vaccine, inactivated vaccine. That brain also failed, and the compliance is very less. That in case of spinal cord vaccine, 31 injections have to be given, had to be given, and in case of the the brain extraction, that is 14, that is 1/4, 14 injections each, 1.5 ml per day. So it is laborious, it is not at all compliance, and the patient is bored. and there is every chance of reaction is there. Then who recommended vaccine? That is the cellular culture vaccine that is given 0, 3, 7, 13, 7, 14, 30, and 90 days. That is 6 injections are recommended for them, and later the 5 injections are only recommended for them. But it is also not giving 100% protection. It is not in well compliance to the party, and as a result of it is also being discarded. As the days are going, we are developing day by day. Now only the 3 injections is sufficient enough. That is service is sufficient enough to cope up the need. And in this regard, the Cadila, one of the, I think, the only pioneer of the world so far, is ahead of all the companies to introduce this product all throughout the population and help them, at least their business. At the same time, we have to tell it that is not a guilt, and help the people concerned to maintain their livelihood without any danger. As because the 100% mortality of the rabies has been converted into 100% protection by this vaccine effectively, which we have to say it properly. Then হ্যাঁ এটা বলা হয়ে গেল। So meeting the unmet medical need, introducing a novel vaccine with simple and shorter regime. The first vaccine is 3-dose vaccine intramuscular regime 037. Here 0 is considered that not the date of bite. 0 is the date of first injection is 0. Date of 3 injection, second injection is 3. That is the 3-day, and after then the 7th day is the for the last injection only in this 3-drug regime. Regarding the side effects of the drug, it is very least. At the site of injection, there may be some redness, there may be some sort of swelling that is local, swelling local, and there may be some sort of itching at the local site and systemic. In some cases, there may be certain area all throughout the body, and in some cases, there may be headache, nausea, vomiting. Nausea, not vomiting is recorded, but nausea is there. And these are all minor problems and can be tackled without any hesitation, without any fear. So naturally, the safety profile is 100%, I can say, in this regard. Now, what is the principle of this vaccine? In case of the vaccine, in case of the virus, that is 5 antibodies are there: M protein, N protein, O protein, P protein, and L protein. Then the one vital protein is there, that is the G protein. That G protein is much more specific for the virus, and difficulty is there. The isolation of the protein and the stabilization of that protein and purification of that protein is very difficult. But we are proud to say that the discussing company, has able to do this all without any loss, losing the efficacy of the G protein at the same time, effectivity of the protein, the G protein. As a result of which, it will mimic just like the antigenicity of the virus proper, and in the immune system of the body will act clearly, properly, promptly to produce the antibody. So it is, what is that? That is called the virus LPs, that is virus-like particles will circulate within the blood, and from these particles the antibody will be produced in response by the body immune system. This is the mechanism of the vaccination of this. It is just like the cage without any lion. When the lion is there, so no afraid will be there to go into front of the cage. It is just like that. It is just like looking like the vaccine, but the genome is absent there. No replication will be there. No chance of disease at all. Can be said 100%. The original research article, the Nobel recommended rabies G protein vaccine, that is rabies, a VLP-based rabies vaccine. Dr. Sumit Poddar, Dr. Ashok Agarwal, and Dr. Amit Saul, and Dr. Seema Sharma. Now the clinical phase 2, the study design 0 to 3, the 2-dose, 037, the 3-dose, and as a result was seroprotein protection data, phase 2 data for novel rabies vaccine. It is actually effective. In all corners it has been known. From all corners it has been known. It is safe. so far known till now. Safety and immunogenicity of the novel 3-dose recombinant non-particular rabies G protein vaccine administered as simulated post-exposure immunization. Simulated post-exposure. Mind it, you see it's simulated post-exposure immunization without any exposure, but just like a sample helping the volunteer, the randomized comparator controlled multi-center phase 3 clinical study. Here also it has been found that satisfactory result has been come out, and as a result, the excessive or the desired amount of the antibody has already been produced. As a result of which this can be used as a vaccine. Actually, post-exposure, pre-exposure vaccine may also be done, particularly in the dog center where the people are concerned with the dog's life and their actually the areas. The 800 800 subject, you say, 800 subjects or volunteer subjects were there, and of which it will be divided into two parts, that is 2:1, and then the 037 regime, that is days regime, and then 533 subjects or 267 subjects, like that. And in this regard also, it has been shown, but it has been known that the vaccine is quite capable enough to cope up the need, and or in other words, it can combat the occurrence of, rabies or the hydrophobia for 100% safety. Now the results are consistent across the different age groups and genders. Observed difference of 1.52%, that is 95%, and 0.18%, that is to 4.17%, with the pre-specified margin of -4 points. Not inferiority or seroprotection, primary and the point days or 14 or 42 was met. Test and comparator are identical in seroprotection rate both in day 14 and day 42. So naturally, why the laborious job will be done? As because the result is same. So 14 days vaccine is much more compliant, and it is very easy to take and easy to go to the visits to the doctor. Where only 3 days is sufficient enough to cope up the need of this disease. The study conclusion naturally can be done that rabies were non-inferior to reference vaccine, less adverse effects compared to the reference vaccine. Here we should have to say the late adverse effects. So naturally, it is by the cell culture, it is by the actually the vaccine like that the virus like particles are there involved in the system. So naturally, the cell culture, the impurities may be there, that can be responsible for the reactions of the vaccine to the host, causing some sort of difficulty. Here also it is not free, but least adverse reactions are present, and which is not threatening, it is a threatening condition to the host at the same time. So awards in this process, we are very glad to describe that. We announced that the former innovator of the year by the Economic Times, the Golden Globe, that is the Tigers Award Malaysia for the innovative production of this year. Thank you once again. So regarding this discussion, I have discussed in English, so far my knowledge goes. It may not be competent enough for the persons who are involved in the first language English, that is alternative or in the English media school. I am a person born and brought up in a rural village with Bengali medium. That actually the education was there in my early livelihood. Till in this combination, in this sphere, with the talk with the medical representative, to some extent I had to learn some English, and from that knowledge I discussed it. So if any wrong is there, please forgive me. Please forgive me, because you are great enough in this regard. Now, for the people of our country, for the people of rural areas, I have to speak some Bengali. So forgive me for this uttering of Bengali in that sense. আমাদের দেশে বাঙালিরা তারা এই ভারতবর্ষের বুকে দেখা যাচ্ছে যে 20,000 কেস হচ্ছে রেবিজের, অথচ সারা ওয়ার্ল্ডে হচ্ছে 49,000। সুতরাং মোর দ্যান 40% অফ দ্য রেবিজ পেশেন্টস আর ফ্রম ইন্ডিয়া। আমাদের ভারতবর্ষে কি এতই গরিব
যে এই এত লোককে ভ্যাকসিন দিতে পারছে না, আই এম নট রেডি টু বিলিভ ইট। তাহলে কেন হচ্ছে না? যে পার্সেন্ট যারা লোকেরা ভ্যাকসিন নেওয়া দরকার তারা ওয়েল এডুকেটেড নয়, তারা কুসংস্কার জন্য, যার ফলে তারা ভ্যাকসিন যায় না, ঝাড় ফোঁক বদ্যি টদ্দি সব করছে, সাপে কামড়ালে যেমন রোজার কাছে যায় এবং বেখেরে মরে। ঠিক তেমনি ভাবে এখানেও আমাদের গ্রামীণ চিকিৎসকরা, যাদের হয়তো কোনো লাইসেন্স নেই কিন্তু তারা একটা নোবেল জব করে যাচ্ছে, তাদের প্রতি সার্ভিস দিয়ে যাচ্ছে, তাদেরকে অগ্রণী হয়ে এইটা কাজ করতে হবে যে এই তোমরা ভ্যাকসিন নাও, তোমরা নিজেদের বাঁচো। এই সঙ্গে স্বামীজির একটা কথা, যদিও কথাটা খুব অপ্রাসঙ্গিক বলে মনে হবে, আমাকে হয়তো নিন্দ করতে হবে, আমি ওরা প্র্যাকটিক্যাল কথা বলার চেষ্টা করি, যে লিভ অ্যান্ড লেট লিভ, নিচে বাঁচো। তারা ভ্যাকসিন বিক্রি করে কোম্পানি লাভবান হবে, হোলসেলার হবে, ওষুধের দোকান সবাই হবে। ইটস এ পার্ট অ্যান্ড পার্টস অফ দ্য বিজনেস। ন্যাচারালি এইটার দিকে না তাকিয়ে, তাকালেও কোনো যায় আসে না, সেই সঙ্গে মানুষের উপকারে লাগবে, তাদের প্রাণগুলো বাঁচবে। সুতরাং বোথ সাইড গেম হবে এবং এই অঝরে, এই যে অকালে ঝরে যায় প্রাণগুলো, এটা আর হবে না। এটা আমি আপিল করতে পারি আপনাদের সকলের কাছে, এবং আপনারা এটা মেনে চলবেন, এটা আমি মনে প্রাণে বিশ্বাস করি। এই বলেই আমার কথা শেষ করলাম। ধন্যবাদ। যদি কারো কোনো জিজ্ঞাসা থাকে করতে পারেন, আমি চেষ্টা করব আমার জানা পরিসরের মধ্যে যদি কিছু জানি সেটাকে ডিসকাস করা।
আপনি দেখেনি কি কি বলেছে
এই সময় তো
একদম।
হ্যাঁ, কেউ জিজ্ঞেস করবে না, অত ধার দিয়ে নেই।
সেটা দেখে আমি
হলো ডিসকাশন কেমন হয়েছে? হ্যাঁ, এসে গেছে।
What are the signs and symptoms of rabies in humans?
So regarding the rabies, we have discussed about the signs and symptoms pathologically. The pathological discussion was there already. Now the clinical manifestation of the disease should be discussed, I think, so far the need is concerned, so that the people can be, the village practitioner can be able to detect the disease without any effort, practical without any effort. So as the name implies, yes, it is called jalatanka, hydrophobia. So phobia means the fear and hydro means water. So phobia from water is called jalatanka, জল হইতে আতঙ্ক। বাড়াবাড়ির সময় কিন্তু বাতাসের বায়ুর উপরেও ওদের আতঙ্ক এসে যায়, দ্যাট ইজ কল এরোফোবিয়া। বাতাস দিলে, পাখার বাতাস নাড়িয়ে দিলে হাঁপিয়ে ওঠে, ছটফট করে, এই একটা জিনিস। আর দ্বিতীয় হচ্ছে যেহেতু এটা এনকেফালাইটিস, সেই জন্য এটা এনসেফালন বা ব্রেন টিস্যুকে ইনভলভ করে, এবং ব্রেন টিস্যুকে যখন ইনভলভ করবে তখন তার ফিচার্স গুলো পাওয়া যাবে, অর্থাৎ ইরিটেবল হয়ে যাবে, উল্টো পাল্টা বলবে, ডেলেরিয়াম হতে পারে, অল দোজ থিংস উইল বি দেয়ার। That is a sign of encephalitis, though it is called the viral specific viral encephalitis. আর একটা জিনিস যেটা দরকার ভ্যাকসিনের ক্ষেত্রে, একটা জিনিস জানা দরকার, যখন পায়েতে কামড়াবে তখন পা থেকে অ্যাফারেন্ট নার্ভ দিয়ে আস্তে আস্তে ধীরে ধীরে উঠতে উঠতে ব্রেনে যাবে। আমি বলে দিয়েছি এটা একটা এনকেফালাইটিস, কাজে কাজে ব্রেনে যতক্ষণ না যাচ্ছে ততক্ষণের ক্লিনিক্যাল ম্যানিফেস্টেশন বা বাহ্যিক প্রকাশ হবে না। সেই জন্যই যখন পায়ে কামড়ায় তখন দুদিন দেরি হলেও সহ্য হবে, কিন্তু যদি মাথায় কামড়ায়, যদি হাতে কামড়ায়, তাহলে খুব তাড়াতাড়ি তারা ব্রেনে পৌঁছাতে পারবে, নার্ভ সেল বরাবর আগিয়ে গিয়ে তাদের তাড়াতাড়ি রেবিজ হবে, 1 মাসের ভেতরেই হয়ে যাবে। না তো 3 মাস পর্যন্ত হয়, 3 মাস পরে সাধারণত হয় না। যদিও আমাদের সঙ্গে পড়েছিলাম একটা রেকর্ড ছিল প্রায় 3 বছর না কত বছর পরে হয়েছে, সেটা আলাদা কথা, এক্সেপশনই জলে এক্সেপশন। কাজেই আমাদের যত তাড়াতাড়ি সম্ভব ভ্যাকসিনটা নিতে হবে। নট অনলি ভ্যাকসিন নেওয়ার আগেই সেই যে ক্ষতস্থানটা আমাদের পরিষ্কার করতে হবে, এবং সেখানে আমরা আয়োডিন ভেতর ওষুধ দিলে ভালো হয়, কেন টিটেনাসকে কমব্যাট করতে হবে। স্টেট ভ্যাক নিতে হবে, প্রপার অ্যান্টিবায়োটিক দিতে হবে, অ্যানালজেসিস দিতে হবে, তো করতেই হবে। তৎসঙ্গে রেবিস ভ্যাকসিনটা নিতে হবে। আশা করি মোটামুটি ইন নাটসেল বললাম ব্যাপারটা, এবং ভবিষ্যতে যদি আপনাদের বলতে হয় তখন ভাববো, না হয় না সেটা নিয়ে আমার কোনো খেদ নেই, দুঃখ নেই। তো চেষ্টা করে গেলাম মানে কোম্পানির নোবেল প্রচেষ্টাটাকে ফলপ্রসূ করার জন্য। থ্যাংক ইউ।
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
হয়েছে হয়েছে কি সুমন্ত বাবু?